Okay, everyone, what's up? I'm Austin, aka Spider13 on Twitch, and I'm with Spidercast. And here we have.
And I'm Travis, and I'm also known as Modern Visions Gaming here on Twitch.
So today's episode is named Money, Money, Money. And the topics today are. Excuse you. And the topics today are the Diablo Immortal trailer, the Prima Strategy Guides closing stores, Fallout 76, no PlayStation at E3 2019. They also announced the PS1 Mini games, the N64 Classic. We have some news about that. And we also are going over some Black Friday ads, if I am correct here.
Yep, and first up, we're going to talk about the wonderful Diablo Immortal trailer. And we kind of spoke a little bit about this on last week's show. And for the most part, for anybody that didn't watch, which we're still new, so there's probably a lot of people that haven't watched it.
Yep.
BlizzCon had a big event, and they were they were making big announcements, and probably the most disappointing announcement they made was no Diablo 4 announcement, and they announced Diablo Immortal
On top of everything else.
Which is to be a Diablo-style online mobile game. And so far, its trailer video on YouTube is on track to being one of the top 10 most disliked videos of 2018.
And it's not look like it's not slowing down at all, I think.
No, and I think when we looked at it, was what, over 600,000?
669,000.
Yeah,
dislikes.
So I think the way we looked at it, we looked at one of the lists, and I think right now it's holding around number 6.
I do believe you're right.
As the most disliked videos of the year. Kind of what we talked about. Certainly, Blizzard made a lot of mistakes on that announcement, and it's kind of steamrolling, whether it's the people that are there or the people watching at home. Certainly, it's a game we're gonna have to watch and see what actually happens, but it certainly looks like this is not a game that's gonna fare very well.
Oh, definitely not. I think Blizzard made a big mistake by not putting this out to console or PC.
Yeah, I agree. I think it was a huge mistake not to at least bring a some form of it into the markets of which the majority of their players come from. So it just, to me, it didn't make sense. All right, so next up, I'll let you lead with this one.
So next one we have up today is the Prima Strategy Guides. They have been around for 28 years?
Yeah, 28 years, and so far the announcement says spring of 2019 is going to be it. And for anybody that doesn't know what the Prima Strategy Guides, and frankly, your generation,
I know a good bit about what they produce, but you've been probably around since the beginning.
Yeah, I'm old enough to know when they were in their heyday, and they used to be before the whole online thing and all that. They were one of the major ways, besides magazines, to get strategy guides, to get hints and tips for all your major games. And if it was a big game, there was a good chance there was a strategy guide. In fact, we stopped in Best Buy today, and we saw they had the one for Fallout 76.
And I think we also saw the one for Red Dead Redemption 2 a week or so ago.
Yep, and fairly, back in the day, they were very, very popular. But the two problems are, obviously, they're competing with online. You can get it free online. Whether it's YouTube videos, whether it's a website, there are plenty of places to go find that type of product. Really, the strategy guides have become more of a collector's thing than they have an actual strategy guide. So, obviously, they're a situation that their market has declined, and it's coming unfortunately to the end. I would say the other problem is, and you and I kind of talked about this when we were at Best Buy, $40-$50 a book.
I think the one that we were looking at was 60.
Yeah, I mean some of them get, but I think that on the average they're about $50 average. And don't get me wrong, they're great guides. They have pictures. They have lots of instructions. But ultimately, like I said, they're a subject of the time, and unfortunately, it's they're closing up shop. And it kind of reminds me of the Nintendo Power magazine. You're really not old enough to remember that.
No, I don't know anything about that.
I think you were probably maybe 8 years old. 6 or 8 years old when they finally stopped producing that magazine, and that was another one of those ones that was hugely popular. If you were a Nintendo fanboy and you played a lot of Nintendo, the magazine was really where you wanted to be, because it gave you, like you said, all kinds of strategy. And I'll be honest, a lot of the whole printed market, besides the fact that the printed market's really gone down the toilet because of the online thing, you never got to enjoy opening up like a PC magazine, and inside would be like all kinds of cool demos, and sometimes the games will be almost full games. And like I said, unfortunately, it's just a master of the times, and it's it's sad to see it go, but
kind of out with the old and with the new.
Yeah, it's certainly that. All right, so moving on. Next, we're going to talk about Fallout 76.
How about I take the lead on this one?
Yeah, I'll let you do that.
So now we have Fallout 76. It's been a major topic this past week with its launch last Wednesday. And, well, now it has finally came out. Servers kind of did not have a good start. But after this, players are skeptical, because the first Fallout 76 nuke was launched. And I do believe those were supposed to be really where to get all the code.
Well,
am I right?
The thing is that the first nukes have flown, and it's the nuke is supposed to be sort of the end game. That my understanding of the game, and unfortunately, the biggest problem you run into, and this will get into a conversation we will have about this. We already have problems with mod and hacking type of things. We knew that there were already stuff that was starting to come out. Well, now there's a website. It's called nukecrypt.com, and apparently you can go in, and as long as you have like a piece or two of the code, you can put in the code, what you have, and it will decipher and give you pretty much the rest of the code.
Yeah, I think they said that the code was supposed to be split up into 4 pieces, off on like really ultra rare enemies that spawn in the wild.
Yeah, there's supposed to be a set of enemies that you have to build up to and have to get to, which is the whole endpoint thing.
Mm-hmm.
And
the more you level up, the more enemies that you can kill, and the higher level ones that
right. And you have to get to those higher levels supposedly to get those launch codes. And unfortunately, like I said, website already out, and my understanding is if you got like one piece of the code, it's been fairly accurate in giving the remainder of the codes that you need to launch the nuke, which is pretty sad. Now, with that said, not the launching a nuke thing isn't kind of cool, and it obviously is a huge part of the game. But the other thing is that a particular team, and for the life of me, I didn't put it in the notes of who the team was, but they launched 3 from all 3 nuclear sites at the same time.
Yikes!
At the same point, and which was really from a visual was awesome, because you had 3 giant mushroom clouds.
Yeah, were they trying to create Ground Zero?
Well, they wanted to see if all 3 of them launched at the same fissure site would just create like a higher level enemy or something. So that was kind of their experiment, if you will. Plus, obviously, they wanted to see whether or not what it would do, and they even a couple of the people who were playing even made the joke. He's like, "Well, we're probably going to crash the server," and sure enough, you got 3 nukes, 3 mushroom clouds, and about 15 or 20 seconds after the initial explosion and mushroom clouds, they got disconnected and server crashed. So basically, they lost out on any collecting of rewards because the server crashed. So, you know, it's very evident that Fallout 76 needs a lot of work, and we kind of knew that was coming.
Yeah.
Bethesda's not always known having a polished game. They're usually pretty good, but they're not always polished. And part of the problems that we've run into, and because of the style of gameplay, is why I have personally decided that I am not paying for Fallout 76. I may purchase it at some time later down the road, but I'm at this point I'm not buying it for myself. I just don't think there's enough content there for me. Not having NPCs and things to interact with, and for the most part, everything I've been told is, yeah, you can play solo, but it's kind of boring.
Now, I've seen some gameplay, and one of the videos I watched was solo. And as long as you're keeping yourself busy and, you know, actually facing challenges, it's pretty fun, and that I've seen. And
I think the exploration portion of it would be fine, but to me, not having like the variety of bad guys are not there, because you got like 2 or 3 major bad guys and a couple of, you know, and then a handful of big bosses. It's just not, you know, I don't want to fight a bunch of robots. I don't want to fight a bunch of Scorch. It's kind of like, I'll be honest, the characters that I hate the most to fight in the Fallout series are the new versions of them that you're dealing with in Fallout 76, the whole game.
Well, you got to remember, this is like when the nukes first went off. No, oh, you're staying in the vault for 200 years. The nukes had just went off, and you're going right back out.
Well, and I understand the story, but ultimately that's my decision. I may at some point revisit that. Who the hell knows? Somebody may buy it for you for Christmas, and I may sit down and play it a little bit just for the sake of, you know, playing it. I'm personally not spending the money. I'm not buying it. And that's just, like I said, that's just my prerogative. That's, you know, I just, like I said, there's not enough there for me to play, and which was really disappointing, because I have bought every Fallout usually within the first couple of weeks. I even have a couple of the collector's editions. I have Fallout 3 collector's edition. I have Fallout New Vegas collector's edition. Now the Fallout 4, I didn't get the collector's edition.
Yet we still have the lunchbox. I have the jacket.
Yeah, we've got all kinds of memorabilia. I've got tons of pops. I picked up like 3 more new pops the other day from Walmart.
What, the Quantum Cola?
No, they're more of the Vault Dweller. They're the newest ones.
I probably haven't seen it.
You haven't seen it. They're put away because technically they're Christmas. I've done a lot of that in the last 2 weeks.
You've done a lot of that today. But we ain't going to talk about that.
Yeah, we won't talk about that. That'll come later. But, you know, again, it's just kind of one of those things. Like I said, it's a game that, yes, I want to play, but there's not enough there for me to put my money down for it. So, all right, we're gonna move on to the next subject, and this has been really big news for this week. PlayStation announces that they will not be at E3 2019.
And PlayStation is really one of the bigger people who show up to E3. I mean, you have, Xbox, you have PlayStation. Who else do you really have?
Well, I mean, the thing is, Nintendo for the last few years they've really not done any event. They always do their special event. And the thing is, even Microsoft, EA, and Xbox don't hold their conferences at actual E3. It's in the location of E3, but it's usually some other event space.
It's their press conference.
But they always it's never at the actual E3 conference. It's always at one of the other. It's never on the actual
floor. It's
right
in one of the subdivisions.
And PlayStation has always been at E3, like at E3. So, and this is the first time in 24 years that they will not be at E3. And there's been a lot of talk. Nintendo hasn't been in E3 for like 5 years. Like I said, Microsoft, and EA both hold their conferences on off-site locations. And, the thing is, there's a lot of talk. Is E3 still relevant? And I think absolutely. It's an event that I look forward to every year.
Oh yeah, definitely. I make sure to try to have that day where I can sit down and either watch it live or make sure I have that night free so I can watch it afterwards.
Well, and you and I did some live commentary just like we did with the Xbox Live event this year, and we'll continue that. We're going to do that under the Spidercast podcast now. But if you look up Modern Visions Media on YouTube, you'll see where we sit down and
we did what 3-4 videos on different press conferences.
And for me, that it is what I enjoy E3, and one of these times I would love to go to E3, and unfortunately, probably by the time I get to the point where I can actually get the time off to go, it probably won't no longer exist, and that's a sad thing. And like I said, there's a lot of discussion about whether or not E3 is still relevant, still worth it, and like I said, I absolutely think E3 is worth it. Now, I totally understand why like Microsoft and EA hold their conferences in other locations in that area, but as far as the event itself, I absolutely think it's an important event.
It's an important gaming event. It's the top gaming convention of the year.
Short of PAX being the only other one.
Well, PAX has different wings. You have East, West, and then you have the main PAX event.
Yeah, and it's certainly one of those things. And there's a lot of rumors going right now that... And that's the thing. PlayStation even said, no, we're not only not going to be at E3, we're not going to hold an offsite. But there is rumors abound that one of the reasons why is that they're going to announce the PlayStation 5.
But I would think, why not do that at E3? You have thousands, if not 1 million people who will watch. You have millions all around watching that either from their homes or at E3 themselves, who will be in that room with them when they announce that. I mean, Xbox did it with with the X and the S in the very beginning.
I totally agree. I think that to me is an excellent place to be in, making those announcements, and they always, it's always fun to watch them do the one-up thing on each other. But in the same boat, there's a lot of rumors is that the PlayStation 5 is not going to be ready to unveil at E3.
Okay, wait a year.
Well, and the thing is rumors are that that PlayStation's going to do their own event, kind of like Xbox just did here last week.
That's a fan event,
right? And it's going to be more of a fan event, but they're going to do. The rumor is they're going to do some private event. They're going to announce the PlayStation 5. And most are debating that it's not going to be 2019 Christmas season. It's probably going to be 2020,
which most likely it will be.
Yeah. And
you have Xbox who pushed out 2 new consoles within the past year.
Well, and and talking about the whole new consoles, there's rumors about that Xbox is going to offer a discless version, a less expensive discless version. It's probably going to be an Xbox One S, because the rumor is it's going to be $150. So it's going to be basically $175 cheaper. It would never do the X at that price.
The X has too much expensive hardware in it.
Yeah, there's too much expensive hardware. But I will say on the whole PS5 rumors, there's already some talk about the specs, and the person that announced the specs is the same person that originally had spit out the rumor, leaked the rumor, if you want, about PlayStation not coming to E3. So that person has a bit of a track record as far as announcements are concerned. So that'd be something we'll have to see what happens in the future. Now we're going to be moving into another PlayStation topic, which is kind of funny. This is like PlayStation.
Jolly dang! Now this one, we have the PS1 Mini console. They announced all the games for. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, here in the last
they announced the games
last
of
couple
the
weeks.
PS1 Mini console game, and we've been looking at this for the past couple weeks when it's been out. I mean, with the games list, we have Battle Arena. What is that? Toshiden? Cool Borders 3, Destruction Derby, Final Fantasy 7, Grand Theft Auto, Intelligent Cube, Jumping Flash, Metal Gear Solid, Mr. Driller, Oddworld, Abe's Odyssey, Rayman, Resident Evil Director's Cut, Revelations, Persona, Ridge Racer Type 4, Super Puzzle Fighter 2 Turbo, Siphon Filter, Tekken 3, Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six, Twisted Metal, and Wild Arms.
And certainly some of these games. Go back to the other thing as part of the topic. Certainly some of these games are PlayStation 1 classics, and this is totally out of your age group. So
yep, I played the PS2 and then the 3.
Yeah, you were closer to 3 when you really got into gaming. But a lot of complaints about Tomb Raider not being on there, which obviously, I'm sure that was a licensing thing. And in fact, Tomb Raider just came out. In fact, I think there might be, I could be wrong, but I think there's a redub version of one of the games. I don't remember for sure. Crash Bandicoot and Spyro and Castlevania are a huge surprise not being on that list. Those are pretty classic, very top of the list games probably for PlayStation 1. And there I'll be honest, there's more games on there for me than some, what we've seen from Nintendo as far as NES and Super NES.
See, if I was PlayStation, I would have put the games out there that made the PlayStation 1 what it was.
Well, and like I said, I'm sure there's licensing issues. Some of them are games that are available on, like the PlayStation
now, see,
console and whatnot.
You mentioned Crash Bandicoot, right?
Right.
Crash Bandicoot is no longer exclusively. No, it is, isn't it? It's still exclusive.
That I believe is exclusive
because they came out with rebooted trilogy.
Go back to the other tab there. And I watched a video with Metal Jesus Rocks on YouTube. If you're a gamer, he's a really cool guy, and he plays the gambit. I mean, he goes from old school retro all the way up to the new stuff. In fact, he was a former oh gosh darn it, I had it on top. Sierra. He worked at Sierra back in the day. Another one of those ones you wouldn't remember, but it was definitely a big one back when
any old school gamers would remember.
Yeah, someone that in the 30s would very very late 20s to mid 30s would probably remember Sierra and a lot of the games they came out with. Like I said, very cool YouTube channel, and he straight up said, he's like, I canceled my pre-order. He's like, there's just, once they made the official announcement, the games were lackluster. It just wasn't worth him and spending the $100 that they wanted for the console. And I kind of don't blame him. I have not bought into any of the retro consoles. Frankly, whether the legal form of it is not, I'd rather just RetroPie it or run it direct on emulation through my PC on a USB retro controller. To me, it's pretty much the same thing, and I got the whole selection of whatever games I have in ROM format
instead of just what they put out there for you.
The 20-ish so games. And then we're talking about retro consoles, and then also talking about Nintendo Classic consoles. Reggie in an interview with Kotaku, Reggie from Nintendo America said the N64 Classic is not in our planning horizon.
So they came out with, 3 classic Nintendo consoles?
No, 2.
2. And everyone was expecting the N64 retro console to be the next one.
Yeah, everyone expected it to be the next one. And I think the problem is not that they couldn't technically create an N64 retro console, and it's not that obviously people wouldn't buy it. The problem with that is, and this is the problem you run into, because really these retro consoles are modified versions of Raspberry Pis. I mean, that's what they run on. It's pretty much exactly the same hardware. And unfortunately, the current versions of Raspberry Pi don't play N64 that well. Some titles play just fine, and some of them do not. And definitely some of the bigger titles struggle. I can't talk tonight.
I don't know any N64 classic games, so
the Mario 64.
Oh yeah, it's up for that one.
Yeah, doesn't play like there's some frame rate issues that happen quite a bit in that one when you're doing retro or when you're doing a retro Pi or something like that. Star Fox is another huge one that would have to be. They would have to be on that. Those two titles have to be on that retro console, and they just both of those do not play very well on Raspberry Pi hardware. They need just a smidge more power. And really, I think the CPU part of it's fine. It's the graphics need a little more work, and so yeah, a lot of disappointment from fans. It really was kind of hoping for that N64 retro console, and it looks like we're not going to get it. So,
yeah, we're not really big into the retro consoles anyway.
Yeah, I mean that's one of those things. Like I have a few retro consoles, but I'm not a big collector of it. All right, so we're going to move on, and we're going to go through some of the Black Friday ads. So if you want to click there, and then we'll switch it over here. There we go. All right, so we're gonna kind of somewhat quickly flip through, and we're gonna kind of give our recommendations, if you will, things that we think that are worth it. Let's go ahead and this is coming from BlackFriday.com. There are 2 or 3 big sites every year that always have all the kind of a leaked scan copy of different ads. Some of these have already come out. You'll see where it says leaked versus live. Live means that they've listed this on their website. Leaked means somebody sent them a scan. So first up, we're gonna look at Walmart and see what their Black Friday ad. Now we know pretty much all the major retailers are gonna have PlayStation 4s and Xbox One S's for $199, and I will say, as somebody who may or may not have personally bought both of those consoles
within the last 24 hours.
In the last 24 hours?
Let's see here. Maybe the last 5 hours.
Yeah. I think those are a great deal. I wish
especially this bundle of the Spider-Man and PS4.
Yeah, the PS4 with the Spider-Man, especially because that is a console specific game. I think that's a great one to pick up if you don't already own it, and certainly that's a good one. As far as TVs are a funny one. I don't really like. I would buy a TV for you, but you're my kid. That's kind of a different thing.
Yeah.
I don't like. To me, I would never buy a TV for another family member, like somebody who doesn't live in my household that I deal with every day. There are so many factors that go into size, price, features. So any of these things the recommendations I'm going to say are kind of like, would I buy this for myself? And to me, that's when you're talking buying TVs. I really think that this is a buy it for yourself.
Let me just.
If you're looking for 1080. I don't know. The Hisense just, it's a cheap TV, but I guess if you were throwing it in a kid's room, a young kid's room, that didn't really matter, that, they just want something of decent size that we're not having to stand 2 feet from it, even though, you would have done that anyway.
I was like, I was 4 feet away from mine in my chair. Thank you very much. Feet propped up on my entertainment center. I got yelled at anyway.
Yeah, you got yelled at.
But I did not care.
As far as this 65-inch Roku Smart TV, which doesn't say, it says brands and models vary per store. I would say no. I think that's...
And yet it says that right here has Vudu, Netflix, and YouTube, and its smart features.
Yeah, I would say if I was going purely by the ad, I would say no. Depending on what actually shows up in the store, I'd say that's an iffy, but 65 inches is it's definitely a size of a TV that you're buying for yourself. You shouldn't be buying a TV like that for somebody else, because obviously you need to make sure you have
That's something I would definitely put in the living room.
Google Home Hub, I don't know much about.
Don't really want to talk about the hoverboards
yeah,
here.
Hoverboard is
What they got next? Oh, is this still Walmart? Yes, it is. Okay.
Yeah, it's still Walmart. Sound bars. That's another one of those ones I certainly wouldn't buy for somebody else unless they specifically said I want this particular one. I think Samsung, LG is perfectly fine. Don't bother with that ONN. It's probably junk. Samsung 32-inch. I think it's it's just a 1080. 32 inches were great. Kid-sized TV.
I think mine growing up was, 52, 56 inches?
Well, you got 30-something here.
But
so.
my other one's bigger. The one I grew up with was bigger than this.
Yeah, you were lucky enough to have a bigger one, but, you're spoiled.
Yep.
Yeah, I
Born
think
and raised.
I think the under $200 is okay. Personally, I'd like to see more like $150 for 32-inch 1080. But yeah, it's fine. $27. That's a decent price.
For a good Walmart.
For a good mount.
I said Walmart. Wow.
Yeah, Walmart. I think that's a good price for a TV mount. And trust me, that the type of mount that you can totally pull out and tilt.
That almost looks like the one that we have out
That
in the
is
living room.
very, very similar to the one we have in the living room. And trust me, it is a godsend when you need to work on it on the back of the TV. So I highly recommend that style.
Yeah, that has helped me out when I need to fix something on the TV and you're not around. Okay, running off to the next page. We got more TVs.
More TVs. 55-inch Samsung 4K 398. I'd buy that for myself. Vizio 4K 60-inch. I'm pretty okay with Vizio. They're usually LG panels. I have no problem with Vizio. I'd personally like to see that just a little less money, but I don't think that's a horrible price if you're looking for something
maybe
big.
like what, 480, 475.
It's one of those things, like, base it on what you need, but yeah, I mean it's one of those things.
Looks like we got a projector up on the black market.
$50 projector.
I just said black. I need to stop talking.
Yeah, I think we're both like that. I didn't sleep very well last night.
Neither did I.
And you had school and stuff today. And this whole day has just been a little off kilter. Like nothing's kind of worked out.
Nothing's gone the way that we were expecting.
Yeah. But as far as a projector, I would say if you're wanting a serious projection system, obviously I would say no to a $50 one. Now, if you're looking for something fun to throw up in the middle of the night during a summer and out in the backyard on a sheet, in super dark place, I think it's one of those, like, $50. I wouldn't be afraid if it got broke. Like, if it got broke, I wouldn't.
I mean, it does say here that was $89. So I mean, $49. I wouldn't complain about that.
But it's not what I would put in a true, like, hi-fi.
Oh no, I'll put something that I would want.
Yeah, spend some money on that. As far as the Roku with the Ultra with the headphone, yeah, that's a buy. That's a solid.
See, I don't understand what this is. What is that? A remote that you can plug headphones into?
Honestly, I think I'm gonna buy that for Grandma. I know I said that kind of softly. I probably shouldn't, but I'm actually thinking about something like that for grandmother who lives with us. She's very hard of hearing.
Oh my God! Don't get me started.
And that would be a great way to. That way she could just, plug it in and that way, you're not having to, like, crank up the TV and you know how she cranks the TV.
Yep. Wait, would that work with our TV?
Yeah, it just plugs right in the back of the TV. It's just
holy crap!
It's just a string box.
You're going to Walmart on Black Friday.
Yeah. That's probably gonna be on a buy list.
I would not be surprised if I see Christmas morning that get opened up by her.
Yeah, I guarantee that's gonna be a buy. Go ahead.
Yep. Okay. Next page. What we got? Okay. Looks like we're getting into computers.
All right. Now I previously looked at this and I'm about 50-50 on that laptop. I would say.
Which one is it? HP.
I would say look real hard around on other Black Friday sales, but that's not a bad price. That's normally about a $7.99.
$170 of gaming software included. NVIDIA GTX 1050 Ti.
Yeah, on a
4 GB graphics.
on a laptop. That's that's enough to do some mid-level gaming.
Oh yeah, that'd be enough to do most of my gaming.
Yeah, and like I said, I'm kind of on the fence. It's right on the borderline of like, would I buy it or wouldn't I buy it?
You're kind of like, you don't have a gaming laptop anymore.
Yeah, I don't have a gaming laptop anymore, but if I was going to buy one, I would look real hard at that. I think that's a worth a look. Like I said, I would look around a little bit and see if anybody else has anything better, but I would say that's a solid hard look. That 32-inch curved monitor, I think it's a little too much.
I'm not big into curved monitors, so
I do like curved monitors, but I think I personally think is a Black Friday.
For a 32-inch, yeah, I think that's a bit much.
Yeah, I think as a Black Friday, that's about $20 too high. As far as some of that other stuff, that's kind of on me.
I mean, Razer from a gaming bundle.
Yeah, that's not a horrible bundle, because I think it's $100 some just for that keyboard. The question is whether or not it's a true mechanical or if it's a membrane. I don't know.
It would have to be mechanical for me.
Yeah, it'd have to be mechanical. If it's not mechanical, I wouldn't pay that price. Printer, that's pretty standard. Cheap printer, you buy one every 6 months at that price.
It looks like you got a printer.
Because the cartridges cost you more than the whole printer.
Over time, yep.
No, like one set of cartridges will cost you more than the whole printer. I guarantee it. In fact, look, black ink, $24.97 for a $34 printer. Just throw the printer away and buy a new one. Yeah, and that I have worked at Walmart, and I've literally told people that. I will shit you not. I've had people like, "Is this a good printer?" I said, "It's a good printer until it runs out of ink. Then you throw it away and you buy a new one." And I've had people look at me funny. I was like. They didn't believe me. I literally showed them, the ink will cost you more than replacing the whole printer. And we're talking normally those are like I said, it says normally a $50 printer.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, when you're talking about you're buying a black cartridge for $20 or $25, and you're buying a color cartridge for $20 or $25, just buy another damn printer. Throw that one out and buy another printer. It's really not worth it. It just is not.
Or keep that printer around for parts.
You could if you really want to, but yeah, I just like I said, those are throwaway printers to me. Especially like that $20 one. Okay, go ahead and move on.
Yeah, there's nothing too big to talk about there.
Yeah,
it looks like we're getting to the Chromebooks.
Yeah, I'm.
And you little. Okay.
I am. You've had more experience with Chromebooks than me because you have them through school.
Yeah, but obviously the school restricts a lot of stuff that they can fully do, but I'm not too big on them anyway. Wait, yeah, it looks like we only got one Chromebook here.
Here's what I will say about Chromebooks, and this is one that I would, just like that laptop, will tell you to shop around. Make sure it's got at least 4 gigs of RAM and as much storage as you can humanly find. I will tell you this: they're a great just pocket computer. Yeah, they're a quick throw in a light bag. They are pretty damn light. If you're just looking to look something up, and that's like your travel real quick, and type up reports or something like that, perfect for you. Yeah, they're perfect for that. But if you're a power user, obviously it's nowhere near enough. But I would definitely go more Acer than Samsung Chromebook. See, I think I would go more Samsung personally. You have the Samsung. I have the Acer. Faith had more experience with. I think then Faith must have the Samsung. Yeah, I have more experience with the Acers. I like the Acers way better. All right. As far as I hate the way they do tablets these days. Are they tablet? Are they computer? Which one? We don't know. Well, the problem that I run into, I'm mostly an Android person. Not that I hate Apple. I hate paying Apple Premium. And here. If you like that $249, I don't know if where we're at in the generations. Don't buy an iPad that is older than 2 generations. So if it's either this year's or last year's, you're fine. If it's older than that, I wouldn't buy it. Period. Even though they have extended out what they will, what software updates they will allow, it's certainly not. They definitely don't crank down on it like they do the iPhones. Yeah, it's one of those things that you want to make sure you get the most bang for your buck there. And like I said, don't buy more than one, basically one generation behind the current one. Now, Android is horrible. I keep seeing these $100, $150 tablets that are four model, like 4 series out of date. I mean, we're like version 7 and they're still trying to sell you version 4 and 5 tablets, and it's like, you're insane, because if those tablets can't be updated, you can't get anything off of Google. Most of the apps on Google Store won't work, and if they don't work, then there's no point.
I mean, look, they're advertising this one, they're advertising Samsung, and they're also advertising RCA, and then right under it is the gift card for Google Play.
Yeah, you get like basically $5 free. As far as that Tab E, personally, I'd have to look that one. I'd have to look that one up and see what generation that is and all that. But be very leery about tablets. Like I said, iPads are a little easier. Keep it to this generation or last year's model.
I mean, this says that 6th generation is latest model.
Yeah, if that's this year's model, $249, yeah, buy it. If you're looking for an iPad, that would be there's nothing wrong with that. All right, let's keep going.
Next page. Ooh, looks like we're getting more fun.
Let's see. Drone, nah.
Camera systems.
I don't know none of those brands. At least based on the Surface.
Arlo and Night Owl.
I would say that's a research buy. I would research before I'd buy it.
Yeah.
As far as like the Google Homes, obviously, we know what those normally run. If you're interested in that type of thing, I'd say that's a good price.
I would honestly do Alexa or
the
Echo.
smart LED lighting. That's for $10. That's actually not.
Oh yeah,
bad.
I would buy that.
Because some of those bulbs are like $20 a pop. So if you're basically getting them for half, that's not a bad price. 128 gigabyte card for $25. I want to say I've seen that a little cheaper somewhere else, but I would say if you can't find it anywhere else cheaper, go to
Walmart.
Yeah, go to Walmart. $25 is not bad. I would do $25.
Kodak mobile printer for $49, saving $40.
Yeah, those are junk. Don't buy them. I've got a Canon one that's sitting in a drawer that I just need to throw away. All right, let's go ahead and move on to the next one.
Nope. Any more cameras?
Cheap Kodak cameras? No, wouldn't buy that.
Fitbit?
Fitbit? Yeah, I'm not into that, but that, to each his own on that. Pretty much skip anything there at the bottom.
I don't know the wireless speaker for the $50. I would probably take that deal.
I think there's probably better ones than that.
They probably are, but
yeah,
that does not look like a bad price.
Phones are another one of those. I wouldn't like. I'm looking at buying your mom a new phone. Like, that's different because I know exactly what she wants. But be very leery about what they're offering. A lot of them are offering, get a free $300 gift card for Walmart or for Best Buy or whatever. And
if you go to this company,
well, the thing is you have to be careful of, like, you got to know what the original, like what the normal going price is, because $300 gift card might sound good, but it may not be any good if 2 weeks ago that was that much cheaper. You're playing tit for tat basically, and I think that's, you have to really know what you're looking for. You have to have price check that before you buy. So, all right, go ahead.
Yeah, I was just about to say, what is with this charging lamp?
No, thank you.
What is a charging lamp? More phones. Here we go.
More phones again. You got to shop. Obviously, it depends on what carrier you're with.
Right, you're going LG, and then you're going like
old school
iPhone SE.
Yeah, too old. I wouldn't buy that.
Yeah, no, that's like, you can't do anything on that one anymore.
I guess you might give it to a kid, but that's probably it. Yeah, see, here's where the whole $300 versus $400 gift card. Yeah, you got to look at, see what the actual monthly payment on those models are, and what they, if it's the same price and you're getting a $300 gift card to Walmart, pull the trigger. if it works for you. But but like I said, that's a you got to be careful. You can really burn yourself in the long term. I've seen a few of those deals where they weren't worth it. Go ahead. I think we're running
in the movies.
Yeah, not gonna do much in the movies. Pretty much if it's out this year, it's probably gonna be on sale.
Picklewick.
Yeah, the bad part is I went through the movie list of what came out this year. I need to buy like 2, maybe 3 movies that came out this year. The rest I have bought. I bought more movies this year than I have ever bought. So
that's saying something.
Yeah, these are always a good buy. These are also great. Movies make great gifts. It's just you got to know what somebody wants or what somebody doesn't have. And then in the case of we end up buying mostly for ourselves. So it's more or less to fill my Blu-ray collection. That's pretty much it.
And fill out collections that we just haven't finished yet.
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
And now we're getting to video games.
Here's the weird thing. Like, you got to be very careful on the video games this year. The prices are a little wonky. But this kind of goes into the conversation we had last week where we were talking about, is it worth it? And this is where you will most likely save money if there's a game you haven't bought. That Forza Horizon 4, that's a fairly newer release. It's $35. That's not bad. That's, like $20 off.
Looks like you have, for PlayStation 4 right here, Destiny 2 Forsaken. I would take that because that will give you not just the game, that will give you the first 2 expansions and that expansion. Depending whether or not it gives you the annual pass, I would still say it's a good deal.
Yeah, and so you definitely... I definitely say these are something you want to shop, and these are usually easy to come by. These are one of those items that you don't have to be there the moment they open. If you're not a person that wants to get up and be there at 5 a.m., you can walk in 8, 9, 10 o'clock, and these will still be there. In fact, these are mostly available the whole day because they're on special displayers. Movies are the same way. They're another one of those ones. If that's all you're after, you can go in. You don't have. You can sleep in a little bit and not have to be in early to get those. And there's always plenty of stock. So
yeah, looking more at this, I'm looking over here at the special buy $17 each. PUBG is in there.
Yeah, you're right. PUBG's in
along
there.
with Rainbow Six Siege. You got Diablo 3 for what?
Actually,
PS4?
some of those Nintendo games aren't too bad either for $17.
And then you're going old school over here with the $12.
Yeah, the $12 ones are.
You're going back in time.
2 or 3 years old. So
that's the Red Dead Redemption Zombie Pack.
Yeah. The other thing I would say, they usually have it on sale. Go ahead and click the next one and see if it pops up. I bet you. Okay. Yeah. You'll see over here this Xbox Live 3-month subscription card. You need to, if you're an Xbox user, you need to watch these sales. I buy these from somebody every single year because it is way cheaper. You'll save anywhere from $10 to $30 on Xbox Live Gold if you buy it the day after Thanksgiving. It's another one of those. They always have them in stock. They always have thousands of cards available, and I normally just scoop up a set of them. And like I said, it's the cheapest way to buy Xbox Live Gold, and honestly, it works great because it's always rolls around the same time every year. Once you're in that pattern,
I think my live usually rolls out and ends about the 24th of December.
It's right around the end of December.
Those are stocking stuffers. We open our stuff. We do stockings very early in the morning. That's the first thing I come in here and do right before anything else.
Yep. And then we were talking Spider-Man console. That's a great price for $199.
Yeah. And it looks like they're also doing the VR set.
Yeah, you can have a VR bundle for another $199. That's a personal choice if you want to get into that. That's a good price to play around with. I don't know if that bundle comes with the Move controllers, but those can be found pretty cheap. Those are PlayStation 3 Move controllers. In fact, we have a set of those. Technically all we ever need is the controller and the headset. So, PlayStation 4 controller, obviously it says $46.96. I want to say those are normally $50 or $60.
I would say they're almost like a Xbox controller.
Yeah, they're about the price of an Xbox controller. And again, You got $100 off of Xbox One X if that's what you're into.
Hey, it was $500. Now it's $400.
Yeah, and the $200 Xbox One bundles are a good price. The $229 bundles are kind of iffy for me. Because we had that debate. There was one that we were looking at, and it just with the current pricing of some of the other choices of games that are available, it was kind of either a wash or not really made any sense. Like I could basically have gotten I'm getting Minecraft, and I could have got a second game for the same price as what they want for just the one game. Xbox controller also, always
$40 each.
always a good price. That Nintendo 2DS Super Mario Maker Edition, that's not a half bad deal.
Which one's that one? This one.
Yeah. I will say if you're in the market for a Switch,
But it's a 2DS.
it's a 2DS, but honestly the 3DS nobody really cares about it.
I'd rather have one that I can fold up and slide in my pocket other than...
I will admit the fold up is nice, but if you're looking for a new inexpensive,
That's a tablet in my...
Yeah, we bought one for your grandmother last year or year before, something like that.
I think it came out like 2 years ago.
Yeah,
So.
something like that, and she's
Don't know
liked
where it is.
Yeah, I don't know where it is, but she liked it. It was kind of nice. Now, as far as anybody that's into Nintendo Switch, the Mario Kart 8 Deluxe is a good bundle, but for me it's not enough. If it was $249 and that bundle,
Yeah, I have to say they'll have to give us a few more games than just Mario Kart 8 Deluxe for that.
Yeah, if it was like an extra set of Joy-Cons with the game, or 2 games, maybe I'd pay the $299. But personally, I think $299, especially when you're looking at Xbox One X and PS4, to me it's not worth it. And certainly that's a personal choice, but I think it's not worth it. All right, we'll go ahead and squeeze on to the next one.
Next page.
I think we're getting to the point where kind of out of our realm of things that we're after. Go ahead and just click through. We'll make sure there's nothing that jumps out at us. Yeah, this is kid stuff. Nothing really kind of the wheelhouse of what we've been talking about. All right, go ahead and go back to the home page, and we'll... All right, let's look at Best Buy. Best Buy is going to be one of those ones.
Now, this is kind of going back to what we were talking about with the TVs.
Yeah, see here, and this is the reason why I said the TV thing is certainly it's a personal choice. Like that Toshiba 43-inch, basically 4K with HDR, $129.99. I think that's a solid price. That I would pay that all day long, as long as I didn't want something bigger. But it's, if you got a decent room, bedroom, you want to hook up a console and sit in here like we do and play, 43 inches is a good size, $129. I'd buy that all day long. Toshiba's a solid brand.
Yeah,
I got no problem.
I mean, obviously we're looking at the Toshiba right now.
Yeah, so all right, scroll down a little bit. We'll see what else we see here.
Also, we see
iPad
more
4 mini. I don't think that's 128 gigabytes. That's a lot of storage.
But I don't know where the iPad 4 mini stands in generations.
It falls back to my previous comments about making sure you get no more than 1 or 2 generations old. And then kind of like the Chromebook here, 2 gigabytes RAM. Nope, I wouldn't buy it.
4 gigabytes memory.
More memory, more storage. I'd consider $129. I think that's a solid price.
And I think that's also one of the newer versions.
Yeah, I think it's one of the newer styles. Yeah, that i5. If you were kind of looking for something a little more upscale but not quite gaming, that's not a horrible price. But considering we were looking at $200 more and you were getting a full gaming laptop, I think I paid the $200 more.
Yeah.
Again, they have the whole save money, blah 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 on cell phones, but we'll skip that because it's just like I said, that's a one you got to really shop to make sure.
Appliances.
They've got a Gold Rush edition with Battlefield 5. and you get an extra controller. That's not a half bad deal. Considering it's what $3.99 for the regular bundle, and you're getting a special
$3.99 for just the controller and the console.
Yeah, I mean, you're basically getting you're getting a controller for $30. I think that's a deal.
I mean, you're also getting the game.
Right, and you're getting the game. Even if you're not really into the game too much, the extra controller I think makes that worth it. Amazon Echo Dot, again, those are one of those things. If you're looking into that, $20, not bad price. It's basically half off. I've played one of those. They work pretty well. They actually listen and sound pretty well. I've debated about getting one. I don't think I'm going to this year, but I'll eventually pick one up. Maybe when the next generation comes out. Your grandmother had a few of those, and
oh yeah, she did, didn't she?
yeah, those were kind of cool. I liked it more than I thought I would. If you're looking for a DSLR, Canon T6 is not bad. If you're really wanting to do anything video, though, it is not a good one. But if you're just looking to take pictures, that combo kit, $399 is not a bad deal. I would buy that for a photo camera, but just be aware that I would only use that for a photo. Apple products, saving a couple $100. That's that's one of those ones you got to look at what it is and look at what you want. I'm not a Mac person, so I'm
definitely not Mac.
I think there's too much of a premium, and not really being able to do a whole lot of repair stuff kind of does that one in for me. So, all right, go ahead and let's go move on to the next page. Another Chromebook. Yep, wouldn't touch the Chromebook. Amazon Fire Stick. That's not a horrible price.
I mean, I have a teacher
with the Alexa remote. I think that's not a half bad price.
Yeah, I have a teacher who has an Amazon Fire Stick, and they absolutely love it.
Yeah, another one of those Switch bundles, $2.99. Pretty much already gave my 2 cents on those. As far as the Fire tablets, those are a great tablet for somebody who's not tech savvy. The overlays are usually pretty good. We got one of those for your grandmother. She just uses the living hell out of it. She watches.
Don't know how the battery's not burnt up.
Yeah, tell me about it. She's on it all the time, watching videos, playing Netflix, things like that. So that's exactly what they're good. They're a media consumption device, and that's what they're good for. All right, let's.
Want to talk about a washer and dryer?
Yeah. Not bad for the size, but it's not my style.
What we got next?
55-inch Samsung 4K with HDR. That's an okay price. No, it's not a great price, but it's an okay price. The DNA test thing, that just boggles my mind. I don't know why that's even there. Google Home Mini. I think that's that's fine. And go ahead.
Yeah, I don't know why that DNA test thing was even on there.
Sharp 55-inch. That's a good size and a good price. With Roku, it's got the built-in Roku. So, I would most certainly do that. I would do that all day long. That Lenovo with the A6, that's an old processor. It's not even a Ryzen. I would pass. Even though it's only $200, I'd pass on that. $1,000 4K. No, I wouldn't do that. $1,200. No, I wouldn't do that either. 65-inch Samsung. That's a $700 for me. Which if you look at 55-inch is $750. I think it's borderline.
And that's saving $252.
Yeah, I think it's borderline what I would pay for it. So yeah, 75-inch. No, I wouldn't pay that. There's just not enough there for me.
Looks like we got a Samsung 1500 or 75-inch.
You're paying for the
and it's
kind
over
of
the original price is over $2,000. Yeah, no, thank you.
Yeah, it's just like I said, especially when you're looking at that LG down there, same size for $1,000. I think that's okay. If I was looking for that kind of TV, 75 inches, that's probably the direction I would go.
I'm sorry, I'm just going to say this. LG 65-inch, what's that, class?
Don't ever buy
OLED C8 series, smart 4K UHD TV with HDR for what would be
OLED.
normal price $3,000.
Yeah, it's normally a
No, thank
$3,000
you.
TV.
And OLED burns in easily.
Yes, OLED has got, it's like old school plasma. It's got burn-in issues. I've already had the OLED screen on my phone replaced once under warranty because of how bad it is.
My iPhone XS has an OLED screen.
So yeah, I totally would pass on anything OLED. Looks beautiful, but it's the long term.
You leave it on for too long, it's done for.
All right, good.
More TVs.
More TVs. 55 Toshiba 4K, not a horrible price. Obviously not the best we've seen on here. 50-inch 4K, yep, I would buy that for Samsung.
Only about $330.
Yeah, $330. I would buy that. 43-inch, no, I would pass on that one. 32-inch 1080 is okay, but I would personally, I think, get a little better price if you look around.
Yeah.
Again, $100. That's still not a horrible price, but obviously, you know, that Walmart one was much cheaper. But I think this is handles larger TVs. And I apologize if you hear the dog in the background. He's we got one of the females in heat, and he's going bonkers. So
That's Harley barking.
I know it's Harley barking, but he's being even more annoying with it because the female, one of the females is in heat.
Both of them are.
The one hasn't come in yet. She's starting. No, she's not in yet. All right, so I think that's it for that one.
I mean, we also got wall mounts.
Yeah, wall mounts, like I said, not a horrible one for the big one. I wouldn't do the $60 one. I don't like that style. Let's see.
Anything that catches the eye.
Again,
Google Chromecast. I would almost buy that.
Yeah, if you're into that, especially if you got Android phones and Android tablets, that makes it kind of nice because you can basically control them with those devices.
You can also straight up. Oops, sorry for that. The app on the iPhone, just straight up cast it over, or do the normal casting.
Amazon Stick 4K. That's an okay price. I think. I want to say, didn't we see Walmart for, wasn't it $29 something? I could be wrong on that. That's an okay price. I would pay that.
Again with the Roku.
Yeah, the big Roku. Now that's a regular one for $50. It didn't come with the headphones and all that.
That might be in the case.
Yeah.
No, wait, that's not the case, is it?
No, but I don't know. I like the other one better because it definitely said it had the JBL, I think, headphones or whatever. If you're into Sonos, that's a little bit on sale. It's not a huge sale, but you know, if you're into the Sonos thing, I'm not.
I never even heard Sonos.
Yeah, they're just very, very expensive. They do really cool stuff with wireless in them, but I've never been able to justify the price. I would say with these 4K Ultra, buy an Xbox One S for a little bit more.
Basically.
Yeah, and get the full gambit of media consumption that you can get with an Xbox. I just think.
And you got all
Samsung,
the sound bars.
yeah, Samsung. I would go Samsung. I would go LG. I don't know if I'd go the 279 one, but I definitely would go the two cheaper ones. Sony's. I don't know about the Sony ones anymore. Kind of a. I haven't heard their products in a while, so. More 4K, yeah. More 4K, I wouldn't do that. So, home cinema, 1080p for $1,000. Maybe I'm wrong, but I think you can get some lower end 4K at almost $1,000, $1,200 in the projector market. I could be wrong. Somebody let me know in the chat or you know, but
in the comments, something.
Yeah, I think that's I think you can get that somewhere else.
NVIDIA Shield TV Gaming Edition? Never heard.
I apologize. I am just horribly tired. NVIDIA Shield Gaming. I would say no. It's kind of a hit and miss on whether people liked it or not. And yeah, I would say.
I never messed around with it, so.
Yeah, you kind of really have to be in the NVIDIA market, which we no longer are for the most part, since we both have AMD GPUs. So go ahead.
Sound systems.
The receiver, if you're into that market, it's a Alkio 7.2 high res, has the ability to pass through 4K and all that stuff. Yeah, I would buy that for $250 if I was in it. Again, Sonos, you got to be kind of in that market. Higher end Sony and JBL soundbars, I would say no. I would say no on that. And then kind of the boomboxy thing, I'd say no to them too. I would say no to Insignia $40 soundbar. Go ahead.
When are we going to see the end of the TVs and sound bars?
Yeah, that's kind of, I would say no almost all the way around on that one.
Okay.
All right.
Finally.
This may or may not have been the deal that I may have just purchased in the past 24 hours. But yes, I would buy the Xbox One S or the PS4 Spider-Man edition because, everybody's got
with
this.
Minecraft.
Certainly, when it comes to the video games, you're definitely want to shop around. Like Assassin's Creed Origin at $20, that's a brand new game. And this goes to the conversation we had. $60 game. It's been out less than a couple of months, maybe. I think it's a couple of months out.
What game was it?
Assassin's Creed Origins.
Origins was last year's Assassin's Creed.
Oh, that's right. They're skipping this year, aren't they?
No, this year's Odyssey.
Is that? Oh, okay. Origins was last year, $20. Wait. It's probably gonna come up again, but yeah. Unfortunately, I'm a little out of date on the Assassin's Creed. Sorry.
Now, looking at this, and this was something that you and me were talking about earlier, the God of War. And this is Black Friday. We saw it for what, 40?
It was 40 on sale.
And right now, we saw it, because I did look this up, it was 30 at GameStop.
Yeah.
So for $25, I've heard good. I haven't really heard anything bad about the game.
I know that a lot of talk that it's going to be one of the contenders for Game of the Year probably this year.
That, Red Dead Redemption 2, and
DualShock 4 controller. Yep. Xbox One controller. Yep. Those are good deals. Again, that's one of those ones you want to shop around when it comes to the, your PlayStation Plus and your Xbox Live. Definitely shop around, but those are usually a pretty good deal. Like I said, you'll usually save anywhere from $10 to $30 for your yearly.
I will say this because I have dealt with Turtle Beach's headsets in the past.
Especially the cheap ones.
Yeah, the cheap ones, absolutely not. Get yourself a good pair that will last you a few years, because mine always lasted 2 years at least for good pairs. Definitely dual ear, because I could not do anything else.
Yeah, but I would skip the $30 ones. If you're not
definitely not $30.
If you're not paying $70 or more.
Or I would go with a headset kind of like the ones I'm wearing right now, where these HyperX Clouds Stingers.
I think those were only 40 or 50, something like that.
And these work with these work with PlayStation, Xbox, PC, all the way around.
All right. We're real professionals here. I think that's it. Or locked up. Scroll up, see what page it's on. All right, just click the page and see if nope.
Maybe it's this page I was talking about. Should I just hit stop, and if so, just...
it's gonna close you out. You may want to go back to the home page, or go back to that home page. Yeah, you're gonna have to type it in probably. So, apologize for those who are having technical difficulties.
No, this.
Just type in blackfriday.com. It'll reload the web page.
No, this darn thing is like... Hold on. Hopefully this doesn't do what I hope. Exactly the one I thought it was. Okay.
All right. Well, let's move into Target, and then we'll do do GameStop. Those are going to be the big ones if you're into the tech junkies. Amazon's going to be all over the place. It's so hard to search. Amazon. Let's see. 4K 55 inch. Doesn't say. Oh, Element. Size is good. Price is good. I don't
know about that brand.
Yeah, the brand kind of has me concerned.
Again, with the Fitbit.
Yeah, another Fitbit. Again, not into that. It's an okay price. Obviously, you're saving
Google Home. We've seen that same deal.
Yeah, pretty much the same price. Crock pot. Yeah, woohoo. Pressure cooker. Those are always fun. Make things go boom.
If you're not too careful.
Yeah. Trust me, it's not hard. 65-inch Samsung curved with a 120 motion rate, which means it's got motion blur, which is, everybody's favorite thing. $799. I would say no. 50-inch 329. I would shop around. I would say that's on a maybe.
Then we got the...
Let's say no to the LG. I would say no to both of those. We've seen cheaper.
Soundbars again.
Soundbars again. Personal choice. I'd be maybe. I'd be a maybe on those.
Next page.
Apologize for anybody who happens to listen to us on in the audio format. This is where I would definitely tell you it's one of those episodes. Come watch us. We're on twitch.tv/SpiderARA713. We haven't, kind of promoted that enough. But otherwise, if you're listening to us on, on a podcast, like I said, I do apologize for this episode is really meant for the visual guide. I promise there will be plenty of episodes of just us, talking off the cuff and really breaking down subjects. So apologize for this episode if you listen to it on one of your favorite podcast stations. So let's see, 249 Phillips. Yeah, that's not horrible. 399 55-inch. That's a little too much for me. Scroll down. Yeah, say no. See JBL $50 or $60. Yeah, I'd do a JBL one. This little waterproof speakers.
And for Target, doors open 5 p.m. Thursday, close at 1 a.m. Friday, and we open 7 a.m. Friday.
I worked at Target. The wife worked at Target. I did work one season at Target, and
you did not like that too much.
I was working 2 jobs at that point. It was rough, but it's a different. I would say it's a better company to work for than Walmart. But it does have its weird things that they do.
Now, I will say this: JBL Flip 4 waterproof speakers. If you're saving $40 and it's only $60, I would kind of say jump on that deal.
Yeah, I think if you're in the market for that, it's a good deal.
That's a good summertime speaker where you can take it and just go.
Man, not really anything there. 50-inch Vizio for $299. That's not bad. That's not horrible.
Anything else on this page?
Because the Vizio, yeah, it's got all the Netflix, Hulu, so it's smart TV. Yeah, there it is. Another one of the ultra streaming with the Roku with the headphones for $50. Yeah, I like I said, I would do that. I almost guarantee we're gonna do that. So go for it. Again, the phone things gotta really watch.
iPhone XR.
Yeah, just skip through this because, like I said, we're not.
Oh my God! Come on.
Too much crap you have to go through to figure out, what's a good deal there.
More phones.
Hold on.
What?
On this one, this is one of these ads that just pisses me off. And it's right here, the Samsung Note 5. It says free $300.
Note 9.
What it is, it's a free $300 gift card. It's not free with a $300 gift card. That's a huge misconception that is poor. This is a poorly written ad for that. I saw that and I about pissed my pants. At first I thought it was like, woohoo, that's the deal I'm going for. And then I got to really paying attention. It is not what it sounds like. It is not free. It is a free $300 gift card with qualifying purchase. That is a piss poor ad.
Other than that, just skip.
Yeah, not much there. More TVs. Man, just not a... You know...
Target's never a big one for more than just like appliances and all that.
You know, it's so strange that every year we always... It's always TVs. And I kind of understand when 1080p came out, why the TVs were popular Black Friday. When 4K came out, why 4K? You know, and now 4K has really gotten very, you know, it's almost in the 1080 price range. Why the hell we have 720p TVs at all available for sale? I have no idea. Shouldn't even be a thing. But certainly it's a situation of as they become cheaper, and so many people. I mean, like I see people practically fighting over these things sometimes every year. And it's like, how many TVs do you need to buy? Because you were here last year buying TVs.
Sometimes just that fact that you run into the same people over and over year after year.
Yeah, I mean, especially when I see some of this very similar TVs, very similar price. Oh, damn, I gotta stop that. Oh, I wish I'd taken a longer nap today.
You took a nap? Because
yeah, I didn't sleep.
When I got home, you were ready to go.
Yeah, I would say I got up early, and like I said, I didn't sleep last night very well, so it was kind of an all the way around. I'm struggling today. So I apologize, my energy's not up there.
Resting house? I've never heard of that.
That's one of them weird off-brands. I don't even know who they use panels for.
Phones.
More phones. Yeah, I don't think there's going to be...
Pop sockets, holy crap.
Oh.
Haven't seen those things in a while.
Amazon Echo 69, the
Alexa.
Gen 2, that's not a half bad price.
These are all Echoes. I mean, you got the Dot for 20, then you have the Echo Dot Gen 3 for 24, and then you have the straight Gen 2 Amazon Echo for 70. Not bad. Then we're getting into headphones. I don't really even want to talk about that. I think Beats are just overpriced anyway.
Yeah, they're horribly over. Beats Audio are horribly overpriced.
Don't get me wrong, good quality, but I would say nothing more than
Apple
good.
buying them out was probably they were right up their alley with their pricing model. So, all right, go ahead and move on. Let's see if there's anything interesting at all. Amazon Fire tablet. No, I would not buy it there. Definitely watch Amazon website for those to go on sale.
Got Google Home at $80.
Yeah, it's pretty much
with the
same. Yeah, same.
23andMe thing. Games.
Ooh.
$15 sale for each.
Yeah, Overwatch for $15. That's not a bad price for Xbox
Holy
or
crap.
PlayStation.
Target beats out Best Buy for this one. Best Buy had PUBG for 17. They came at it with 15. And Doom.
Let's see. Gears of War is going to be $25.
Doom might need to be one to pick up this year.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
For $15?
But the Gears of War for PlayStation 4, that's not a bad price for $25. Far Cry 5, that's another one I'd like to play.
$45 on Call of Duty Black Ops 4. Saving $15, I would almost do that.
Yeah, and that game's only about a month out.
It's been maybe a month or so.
Yeah,
since it's been out.
So, and that's why a lot of these games I don't buy day one when it gets real close to the end of October, because it's just
$35 for Forza Horizon 2 and Odyssey.
Yeah, see, those are less expensive.
Hey, $29.99 Fallout 4
WWE 2K19.
Actually, that's not that bad.
No, that's a pretty good price, and I enjoy those games.
$30 for Tomb Raider.
I just suck at them though.
That's kind of a joke for Tomb Raider.
Yeah, we
had a Shadow of the Tomb Raider too.
Yeah, it's a Shadow of the Tomb Raider. So yeah, that's the game we were talking about. How it was
last week. Yeah, that's just a joke.
Going on sale.
We Happy Few. I've heard that's a decent game for $35. I would almost pick that up.
Yeah, that's a game that's got a lot of buzz to it. So yeah, it'll be on my radar. Pikachu, Nintendo Switch cases, and
for wired controllers.
20% off. I'm always leery about the 20% off.
Because you never know what the actual price is.
Well, you never know what the price they're starting with at 20%. Is it 20% of its original MSRP, or is it 20% lower than what it was last week? You know, sometimes it's not.
Looks like we're going $40 for the controllers when they were, what, 30 with Best Buy?
Best premise to sell. Everybody's running. That's a solid price. Turtle Beaches, no, I wouldn't buy those.
For $45, they're a bit better, but I definitely would not go the Self 300s.
Yeah, I wouldn't go those either.
Hey, you want a robot?
$200 PlayStation, just like everybody else.
Same deal.
Get it from whoever you happen to shop at.
Target, $10 off.
Yep, $10 off. There's those membership cards
on
for
all
Xbox.
3 for your 3, 6, or 12 month.
So yeah. And when they say that, buy the 3 months because you get $10 off for each one.
Aren't they what, $25 a piece?
Something like that. So ultimately, you got. That's another thing you got to watch when it's like, oh, I'll just get the 12-month. No, watch the prices because the 3 months. If you're getting $10 off of each of those 3 months, you're just buying 4 of those.
You're saving $40 automatically right there.
Yeah, well, something like that. But yeah, it makes them $15, $12 to $15 every 3 months, and it makes it cheaper than buying a 12-month card.
Looks like we're getting to.
There's that PlayStation bundle, $249. That's a better price because I think
for
it was
Creed and Super Hot with it.
Yeah, it was $299. I think was the other one we were looking at.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's a solid price.
I would definitely go to Target for that one.
The D3500. That is just about what I think I've seen those go for.
Oh, the camera.
Yeah, regular price, and that's a picture camera. I think that one does some video, but it's not.
It's not that good.
Yeah, it doesn't have the full dedicated stuff. Chromebook, nope. Well, it's 4 gigs, so
maybe.
Yeah, it's a maybe.
Looks like we're in the movies.
Yeah, we're in the movies, and it falls into the what you need for your collection or what you want to buy. But
how dare they put Logan at $6?
It's probably the DVD though.
Most likely is.
Logan was such a great movie. That movie was.
They're putting Deadpool at $4.
You know what? I can't wait to see the new Deadpool. That's the PG-13 version. It's still going to be hilarious.
Wait, do we own Spider-Man: Homecoming?
No. That is on the. I think that's on the list of movies I haven't. Like The Greatest Showman's on that list. That's one of the ones I haven't bought. Spider-Man I haven't bought. Ant-Man the Wasp I haven't bought.
I think that's almost about it.
Yeah, that's like I said. Very few movies that I didn't buy. I didn't buy the first week they came out.
Then we're going into books a little bit down here. If you're a book person, almost some really good deals there. But
yeah, you always find good deals in that. Now in the 4K, the Ultra 4K stuff, which is why I really wanted an Xbox One S. Somebody asked me, well, why didn't you just buy an Xbox One X? Because I don't really care about 4K gaming right now. The frame rate is not what I want. I want 60 FPS 4K.
Here's a movie that we really need to get. Jumanji.
That is on the list. That is a movie.
That's 4 as we're counting.
Yep. In fact, I realized
Pacific Rim 2
I pulled
has to be
because I have an app that I keep a list of all of the movies that we own. I don't own the original either.
I don't think we ever got it.
Yeah, for some reason I never bought the original. So that one's on the list.
2 movies
Hitman's Bodyguard. I don't think I own that one.
Hitman's Bodyguard or Baby Driver are 2 movies I wanted to see and just never got to see.
Yeah, I don't. We never bought either one of those.
So those might have to be on the list.
Yeah, I'll have to put those on the list.
I don't think you actually watched Tag or Rampage.
I did watch Rampage. I didn't watch Tag. Those were okay movies. They're pretty much what I expected.
Tag.
Pretty much what I expected. Vinyl's coming back big. It's hilarious.
Rick and Morty.
Yeah, I know. There are a couple of the. Well, and I'd love to start collecting the Westworld. I'd love to start collecting the Rick and Mortys.
Oh my God, the
Game
Guardians of the Galaxy
on vinyl. That would be awesome.
Is it Guardians of the Galaxy Inferno?
Disco Inferno.
No, that you've seen that video, right?
Yeah, I have.
With David Hasselhoff.
Yeah, unfortunately. You can't unsee that.
No, you can't. I can't unsee it.
Anyway.
Now we're getting board games.
You know, we're actually a pretty big board game family, and it's not unusual for us to pick up a few.
Yeah, we almost do a board game night almost every month.
Sometimes, I mean, it varies, but we definitely love board games. We always go to Origins just about every year, and Origins is a great place to see and buy a lot of board games.
That's definitely one of the major things that we spend a lot of our money at.
Yeah, we do
every year, and we get yelled at for it.
Yeah, way too much money. But yeah, I mean, it's I think we're getting probably into the regular kid game stuff. Toys and stuff like that.
We're like right there. Okay.
So, it's one of those things. Definitely hunt around. Make sure you shop. Black Friday on GameStop. They're going to have very similar sales to the others. Now, I saw a few video games that are cheaper there than I've seen anywhere else.
$17 at GameStop. Target still has it beat for God of War. Odyssey at 27.
I think they have that one.
$38 for Black Ops 4.
Yeah, so there are definitely some gems there.
Again, with the usual bundles up here with Minecraft for Xbox and Spider-Man with PlayStation.
Yep. And they got the
$2.99 Nintendo.
Go ahead and scroll through real quick because this episode is running a little long.
Diablo 3, $20. Horizon Zero Dawn, $10.
I can't. Far Cry 5 may end up being one of those ones I picked
Witcher
up.
3.
Witcher 3
for
is
$20.
Is a solid game.
Shadow War for $10.
That's supposed to be pretty good. I don't really.
Which one?
The Shadow War.
We have it.
Do we?
Yeah. Sidious got it.
Oh, okay.
For an Xbox, and I currently still need to beat the game. So
The Crew 2, that's not a bad price.
Grand Theft Auto 5 for $20. I would definitely pick that up, but definitely not PC.
Yeah, well, I mean, if you haven't already bought it, $15 for Uncharted 4.
Oh, that kind of hurts. Oh, that
I may have bought that for about $5 more. I might have to, since I know that I'm going to go to GameStop. I may end up returning.
Controllers for $38.
So just a hair under everybody else.
That's over everybody else, I think.
No, I think they were $39. They were $39.99.
I thought they were $35.30. A lot of Overwatch gear over here. Don't know what that is.
It's like a game case with a built-in monitor. Anyway, just scroll through there.
Was that the Spiral Reunited?
I think that's the new one.
$40. I would, with the socks. I would definitely get that
for $35. Yeah, I think I would. I think that's a buy.
$249 for the PlayStation bundle again.
Yeah. And again, if you're into that.
Let's see here. What's down here? Deadpool game for PlayStation 4 at 15.
I still haven't. I've been wanting to buy that game either on PC or something, but I just haven't.
Yeah, that's definitely one I wanted to get.
Yeah, I really need.
Getting into the Xbox more.
Yeah, I wouldn't pay that price for those.
Is that an X? X, yeah. Fallout 76 edition. We saw a bit of those at Best Buy.
Yeah, they had those. Xbox One wired controllers for $20. Yeah, especially for if you want to playing on PC, that makes it nice and easy.
That would be awesome because I do not like having to hook and unhook a controller nonstop.
Yeah,
whenever I do,
because they're kind of a pain. Like the connector on the back is kind of a pain in the butt,
and they get loose very easily. Monster Hunter, that was a game that made waves this year. That was this year, right? Monster Hunter World.
I don't know,
but anyway, that was a game that made waves, and only for $20, I would get that. Borderlands Collection for $15.
Yeah, it's not a half bad deal for $15 to get the whole
and all set. Remastered. Yeah, I would definitely go straight for that one.
Yeah, I saw Forza Horizon 4 for $40. I think that's a definite buy. Zelda Breath of the Wild. That's not a. That's full price, though, isn't it?
Yeah. A lot of this is Nintendo, so
Yeah.
they don't really do
Nintendo
a whole lot of
is
sales
so
on them.
bad about that. I mean, nothing's ever on sale with them. And that's really my problem.
I mean, the
Nintendo
Pokemon
Switch.
Let's Go, I think those just came out not too long ago.
Like last week or week before, I think. Something like that.
So it's really almost
Alright, keep scrolling. Yeah, that's
not much.
The pre-owned stuff that's on sale. Oh, and the ugly sweaters.
Oh my god.
We love the ugly sweaters.
Hold on, let me get rid of this ad. Monopoly Fortnite Edition.
There's always some strange... Ooh, Destiny Legendary something? I wonder what that is. We might have to hunt that one down and see what that actually is.
Hey, almost want to click on the board games and just go through then. Yeah.
Obviously collectibles and toys.
Wait, which one are we on? GameStop. Why am I seeing Nerf?
They carry a little bit. Not much.
Yeah, but you think GameStop, you don't think this.
Yeah.
GameStop, what are you doing to your lives?
They have gotten more and more into the collectible stuff, though, which is always nice.
GameStop, if you're hearing this, what have you done for your life? You were such a good kid.
Yeah, don't see much.
Pokemon cards. If you're into collecting those,
Okay, here.
you're seeing this, right?
Okay, here's kind of a joke. Thursday and Friday only. Get a pre-owned Xbox 360 for $0 with mail-in rebate. Save $69.99.
That's a 360.
I know. That's why I'm saying that's a joke.
And it's one of the older,
Yeah,
one of the
it's-
early, or later models.
Which is probably like one of the 4 gig or 4 gig. Not
Those
even,
things, I hated those.
God, those are horrible. They don't store hardly nothing on them.
They were great for like media.
Yeah, that's really what they were.
Games. Not seeing a whole lot here. Definitely not seeing a whole lot.
Yeah, not a whole lot in that page. Skins and stuff. I'll be honest, I'll be looking hard at skins for the Xbox One S. And then everybody's selling some form of the cyber-powered PCs. It's actually kind of hilarious. Gaming chairs, I don't think that's not really a great price. Titanfall 2
$6.
for $6. Yeah, I would buy that all day long. If you don't own it, that's a great game. The story,
They went more story on this one than they did the past one.
Yeah, even though it does have a solid multiplayer, and I'm not the hugest multiplayer fan, the single player campaign is absolutely phenomenal.
Mm-hmm.
It's a little short. I want to say it's only like 10 or 12 hours long.
Unless you speedrun the game like me.
Yeah, but I think if you take your time and play it right, it's about 10, 12 hours. And but it's a great story. It's definitely like I wanted more.
Ghost Week on Wildlands for only $40. I would almost pick that up. I really like the demo and beta of that game. I've been seeing a lot of the Starlink. I don't even know what it is.
Yeah, I don't either.
Oh, looks like we got some more big name games on here.
Lots
Fallout 4 for $9.
Yeah, that's not bad.
Doom for 10. A few years back with Ghosts for 10. Titanfall 2 7 there, but the other one was digital download.
Witcher 3 for 10. That's a
Uncharted 4 $5.
Seriously?
$5 right there.
Damn, I'm just gonna have to pick that up in used market. Screw that. As long as it's got a case with it, that's all I care about.
Origins 25. Not many.
That's used? No.
Is this used?
Yeah.
Unwrapped huge holiday savings. Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, that's another. Yeah, well, I mean that's Origins. That's not the newest. Keep mixing that one up with the newest one.
Yeah. Mute.
All right. Spider needs to check into the boys' room for a minute. This podcast is way longer than we planned. Oh, that's pretty much it. All right, so then I'm going to end it here. I want to thank anybody who happens to watch this. Thank you for watching. Obviously, if you want to watch live, we're Tuesdays about 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We stream live on twitch.tv/SpiderARA713. And you can also find us on Modern Visions Media on YouTube. And we've expanded many of our audio version of this podcast. So you can find us on most of the major podcasts, including Google. We are not on iTunes quite yet, but we're on Stitcher. We're on Anchor. We're on gosh, I totally failed on that. Yeah. But anyway, yeah. Whatever podcast the app that you might use, feel free to take a look. We're listed under Spidercast. Like I said, we're adding more and more every day, and I'll certainly try to continue to add. So thank everybody for watching. Like I said, apologize for this being long. I also apologize if you're an audio listener. This is probably not going to be the most interesting episode. And feel free to check back with us next week. Have a great day. Have a great week. And we'll catch you later.